Welcome back, everyone, to our second Let's Eat.
Let's eat.
What is it now?
Let's go eat.
Let's go eat. Should I start that over?
You can do whatever you want.
Welcome back, everyone, to our second Let's Go Eat podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Harry Bickings.
And we are
The Let's Go Eat
Let's
podcast.
Go Eat podcast.
It's a Philly sports podcast.
We have some good things in store for you today, I think.
We do.
I don't know. It could just be interesting to us. It's a Philly sports podcast. Right now, we're concentrating a lot on the Phillies.
Mm-hmm. If you want to start strong, Garrett Stubbs just struck out on 3 pitches.
Yeah. So as we're recording this was meant to be recorded last week. So some of the things that we took notes on, maybe a little old.
We'll see how well they aged.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, I started writing tonight. So
we just saw that Embiid is coming back against the.
Is it the Mavericks tonight?
Thunder, I think.
The Thunder? I don't know. Only 2 basketball teams.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, he's coming back, so that's an update there.
I saw the Sixers it's a low chance they make the playoffs, though, I'm pretty sure.
That'd be nice. We could actually start talking about them then.
I mean, they went from, getting the number 2 seed to maybe not even getting the playoffs, so
yeah.
Who knows, man. And the Flyers are just losing game after game after game.
Yeah, so. And, honestly, so were the Phillies. So the Philly season has started. They are currently 1-3.
1-3, but that's good enough for second place in the National League East right now.
Well, let's just think. Last year they started off 1-4, and they made it to the postseason. So
almost made it to the World Series.
Yeah.
Schwarber almost just got hit in the groin area.
Yeah. So let's talk about. We were going to do a preview.
We can do that after the open weekend thoughts.
Yeah, let's do opening weekend thoughts. Let's start there.
All right, we can start off straight up Friday, opening day.
It was postponed. It was supposed to be Thursday.
Yeah. It started out great. I was happy. I was hiding my phone at work watching it.
Yeah.
Wheeler looked amazing. He looked like 2022 Wheeler.
Yeah. Yeah, Wheeler was good. And then the Wheeler went out. What did he pitch? 6 innings?
89 pitches and threw 5, I think. I think he was a little
innings.
early. I know you want to keep the arm fine. He's getting old, but still, I think he was good for one more.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you can trust your bullpen, I thought.
We thought. So what happened?
Our number 1 bullpen in baseball. Apparently, allegedly, the number 1 bullpen in baseball.
I wonder what they are now after last weekend.
I know they have the worst ERA in all of baseball right now, but it's basically Connor Brogdon, who got designated for assignment today after last night. The beautiful grand slam he allowed.
Well, he needs some work.
Whether that's with another team or with us, we'll see.
Yeah. I don't even remember. It works. I mean, sometimes you put them down into the minors and they figure out what they're doing wrong.
That's what happened with
back up.
Hector Neris.
Yeah.
They actually recalled a former Philly who was with us last in 2017, I think. We re-signed him this year and he came back up. He's up today, I guess. Just a little fun news. Former Philly Ricardo Pinto is back. We'll see how that works because he was terrible with us when we first had him. So
it's good we brought him back. It seems like a good idea. Maybe he's learned a thing or two.
Hopefully. I mean, he was with Team Venezuela last year for the World Baseball Classic. So obviously he's got something up his sleeve. Anyway, back to opening day. Marsh. First home run of the season.
Home run, yeah. First home run for the
Phillies. He's looked great. The first 5 games. He has a hit tonight right now.
Yeah.
And
he had that incredible throw yesterday.
He's had some great plays.
To Real Muto.
Honestly, I don't see why we're not starting him in center over Rojas at this point.
At this point, I think it's a good idea.
I mean, he's a Gold Glove left fielder.
So who are we putting in left field if he's starting center field?
I don't know. I mean, you can put Whit Merrifield in there, but he doesn't have the best arm in the world. Marsh at least has an arm.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put Marsh in left, keep Pache in center, and Rojas on the bench or let him develop in the minors, is what I thought would have happened.
Rojas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Yeah, he needs to learn how to hit.
It's a shame. Everyone was like, oh, his defense is going to carry us. His defense will be fine. But when the whole team isn't hitting,
yes,
it becomes just a tiny bit of an issue, especially when he's going 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, if the rest of the team were hitting the way they can, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
But we just need hitters right now.
Yeah.
And it's not helping that our manager is benching our left-handed hitters against lefties.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works, apparently. That's not, Bryson Stott hit over, 280 last year against lefties?
Yeah.
I don't see an issue with it. Marsh proved last night he can hit against lefties.
Mm-hmm.
He had, I think, 2 hits last night. Whatever. What do I know?
Yeah. You want to talk about the next day? The game we went to?
I don't know. I don't even remember most of that day. So,
well, we drove up to Philly and went to the game. And first of all, it was a little chilly.
You complained for about 7 innings.
Well, it's okay because I finally bought myself a new hoodie for like $700. And, well, that game started out really good.
It was great. It was like playoff atmosphere.
First inning, I was in it.
I was in it. I was good. It was amazing. I mean, that call to Castellanos saved the inning just a little bit. I don't know if you've seen that pitch.
Yeah.
It should have been a strike.
Should have. Oh well, they called it a ball.
At least he's not swinging and missing and everything.
Yeah.
He's just looking at pitches right down the middle.
And then Harper did his cartwheel into the dugout during that inning.
He's trying to give us a heart attack, man. Like, I mean this in the nicest way possible. Great player, but he's just not smart. He's just not the smartest man in the world.
Just imagine if he had caught that, though. Then everybody would have been like, oh, that was amazing. I think it bounced off the roof of the dugout.
That's what I thought. Everyone was saying it came in or whatever. It bounced off the net. He's not that dumb.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. As far as I know.
Yeah, so that was interesting. That was a little bit of a scare.
And Nola on Saturday.
Nola fell apart.
That was bad.
Yeah, we were pretty good through the first inning. Good. Second inning, still good.
Second inning was all right. They scored 3 runs in the second inning.
That was the second inning.
Yeah, it was 5-2, 5-3 in the second inning.
Okay, yeah.
And then they scored another 2 in the third. That was not.
And then the bleeding just would not stop. And they didn't take Nola out for. They should have taken him.
They didn't take him out until the 7th inning, I don't think. Which, I mean, Rob Thompson said, we got a lot of games coming up. We don't have the bullpen to have that kind of game, which I get.
Yeah, that just was bad. Any other time, they should take him out pretty early.
That's what we got for 7 more years.
Well, that's good.
Game 1 of what would be like 32 times 7. 7 times 32, that's like 96 times
32 times 7?
32, I just did
224.
Yeah, 224. It's start 1 of 224 right there.
Well, yeah, he kind of fell apart, and then we lost 12-4. So.
It was 12-4.
Yeah.
Romuto had a home run.
Romuto, yeah.
He's looked great. He's looked fantastic to start this year.
And I'll say the Braves' home runs, I realize this is petty, but...
They were lousy.
They were lousy.
Besides was it Ozuna? But he just stinks as a human being, so nobody really counts that
hitting
anyway.
Super hard against us. They were just getting hits and scoring, which is what you need to do.
That Olsen home run was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Probably one of the dumbest home runs I've ever seen.
Well, here's the problem, and they're doing what the Phillies should do, is Phillies are trying to, but they're trying to hit these big monster hits, which we all know and love, and they're really not playing small ball, which if you get on base and you score runs, you're going to win games. So I think that's in my opinion, that's part of the problem.
That's a crazy concept.
Yeah.
Sunday they won, though.
Yes.
Sunday they won. It's basically because Connor Brogdon did not pitch. So, I think he pitched Friday, Saturday, and last night. Allowed a run in each and every single one of those outings.
Amazing.
He's great. DFA today, though. We're all good.
Today, currently, they are tied 1-1.
1-1 against the Reds in the top of the fourth.
Yeah.
Turnbull looking fine today.
Yeah. He does look good. What's interesting is that the Reds are 3-1 and the Phillies are 1-3.
I mean, the Reds are good. People tend to forget that the Reds are actually. They almost made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
They're young.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're there yet, but they're getting there. They're like the Phillies in 2021.
So I gotta say, my highlight from Saturday was the Braves fans getting kicked out of the stadium. That was pretty good.
The drunk Braves fan.
Yeah.
He kept pointing at his hat at fans, the 2021 champions. But here's the thing: nobody really cares about that. So.
No, I don't honestly know why he got kicked out. I mean, he was called. He's being a little rowdy.
But so were Phillies fans.
So I don't know. Maybe he deserved it. Maybe we missed something. Who knows? Maybe he spit on somebody or something. I don't know. I
mean, that 2021 ring is ridiculous, though. They didn't even have Acuna. Yeah. He was injured. It doesn't count. Nobody. I don't think I watched a single game.
I don't remember.
I didn't watch anything. So.
But once the Phillies were out, it was like, yeah.
And they were out in 2021. They were out of the playoffs in like what? August, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a shame. That was Harper's MVP year.
Yeah, he played well. I think he's gonna have a good year this year.
He finally got a hit tonight. His first home run, first hit of the year.
First hit is a home run, so that's not bad.
And he's due up right now. So, maybe he'll hit another.
Yeah.
You never know. Harry, edit it to where it shows his next at-bat. Hopefully it was good. I didn't mean to give Good Times Cast vibes there for a second. That was an accident.
So now what are we going to wait? Or are we just going to... You're going to go ahead.
We can go with the NL East preview. You
want
to do the NL East preview? Well, I mean, they won Sunday, right?
Yeah, let's do the NL East preview.
Okay.
How do you want to start that?
I mean, I was just going to go down the list by team.
Me too.
I wasn't really even going to talk about the Phillies just because we did that last episode, kind of.
Okay, that works.
I mean, you can do whatever you have written down.
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah, so for me, I started with the Nats.
Okay, I started with the Nats too.
It's been 5 years. I just noted it's been 5 years since World Series championship, and they've really just kind of gone downhill since then.
Consistently getting worse. I mean, they lost Turner since the World Series year. Turner, Rendon, Soto, Strasburg, Scherzer.
Yep.
Patrick Corbin's been non-existent since.
Yeah.
Trying to think of who else. Who was their catcher? Kurt Suzuki, Howie Kendrick. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, and they're kind of rebuilding from within, which I don't know if that's great. I mean, if you have a good farm system, then yes.
I just put, they're not there yet.
Yeah.
They're getting close to at least mediocre, I would say. Honestly, I think their owner sucks. Was it Mike Rizzo is what his name is? Yeah. Awful. You gotta buy some people, man. You can't just rely on your prospects who have clearly not panned out well. You gotta buy some people.
They have James Wood.
James Wood. I was actually just about to start talking about him.
Yeah, and people are saying he could be Rookie of the Year.
James Wood.
He's a hitter.
Is he up?
He's a power hitter. He played in double. No, he's not up yet.
Not up yet. Okay.
But from what everyone's saying, he may not need much time in AAA. He played in AA. Probably won't spend too much time in AAA, and they'll bring him up. So.
They got James Wood. They got Dylan Cruz in the minors. Harper just hit another home run. Bryce Harper just hit another home run
game.
2 home run game for Bryce Harper.
All right.
That's not
He's
bad.
Back.
Harper's back. Are the Phillies back?
Phillies are back.
The Phillies
Harper's
are so back.
We're going to regret saying this, aren't we?
It's going to cut to like the 9th inning.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. We'll end it before the game ends so we can end on a high note.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Nats will be good come like 4 years.
I think so too. I mean, think about it. In 2022, they had 55 wins.
He destroyed that ball.
In 2023, they had 71. So they are improving.
The thing is, they had some players that they lost this year.
Yes.
And they replaced them with terrible players like Joey Gallo, who had some fantastic years but just doesn't have it anymore. I think they lost. Who else did they lose? I don't know. All I know is they're not a 71-win team anymore.
And so their number 1 and 2 starters are Gray and Gore. Josiah Gray and Mackenzie Gore. I don't know.
Mackenzie Gore.
What do you think about them?
Josiah Gray, I think, is going to be a good 2-starter one day. I don't think he's ace. That's my opinion. It could change. I could be wrong. Mackenzie Gore, I'd say he's a good 4-starter.
Yeah.
I think on a good team, he's a 4 or 5-starter. I think the Nats do need some pitching, but Josiah Gray and Mackenzie Gore are great starts. Josiah Gray was their only All-Star last year, so they're getting there. They're slowly getting there.
Well, you have anything else on them? What do you predict their wins? How many wins do you think they'll have?
Give them 68 wins. I think most of them are going to be heartbreakers against the Phillies for no reason.
Probably will.
You know, Harper has the most home runs on the Phillies now. After tonight.
Does he really?
Oh, wait. Does Romuto have more? No, Romuto only has 1.
Huh.
Yeah, Harper has the most home runs on the Phillies now. So, I mean, it's only 5 games in, but still, I feel like some players would have at least 2 by now.
Yeah.
This time last year... no, never mind. This time last year, I think we had like 3 home runs.
It was not going well. Stott, he's just amazing. He's looking good.
Stott, Bohm, Marsh, all the young guys are hitting right now.
They're hitting, yeah.
All of them. Oh. Stott just lined out to right.
Yeah. Well, so you're giving them around the upper 60s?
68 wins, and I think
they might be around what they were last year.
Yeah.
Maybe 70, 71, 72, somewhere around there.
Yeah, maybe.
So about the same.
Is that DJ Khaled? Kind of looks like him a little bit. Nobody else can see, but
yeah.
DJ Khaled's in the Phillies stadium right now, so if anyone was wondering.
He's in the Philly Fanatic costume.
He's got the build for it. If his career ever winds down,
it's entertaining. They're both pretty entertaining.
His career was never really up.
That's kind of funny.
Who do you have next?
Marlins? Who did you have?
I had the Braves, but I don't really have much for the Braves.
I was going from the bottom up.
That's
what
fine.
I was doing.
That's actually smart. I mean, I'll go with your list and just say what I say about them.
All right. So, the Marlins, I just noted that they have injuries in their starting rotation.
It's Alcantara, right?
Alcantara's out for the season.
Yeah.
But they'll now have 4 lefty starters.
That's ridiculous.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's not a good idea. I don't like that. I mean, I like that as a Phillies fan. Actually, no, I don't. It means we're never going to see Marsh or Stott in the lineup when we play the Marlins.
Well, they'll have to put them in.
Thompson's scared of lefties. I don't think the Marlins are going to make the playoffs this year.
I don't think they will either. I think they're going to be somewhere around 500.
Maybe.
I think Josh Bell got better towards the end of the season.
Philly killer Josh Bell.
Yeah.
I think
offense isn't great. Besides Luis
Arise. The singles machine.
Yeah.
The singles machine. It's crazy, man. I mean, he's good. He can hit, but he hits singles. That's it.
I think with the right management and them staying healthy, I feel like saying staying healthy is an obvious thing, but I think it's true.
I like their manager, Skip Schumacher, former Red. Former Red.
I think they have an okay team. But people were out, people aren't healthy, and their offense is terrible.
I don't think their offense is deep. I think that's their. Yeah. That's their. What's the word I'm looking for? Their weakness. Well, the pitching's also not great. Their bullpen's not good.
No.
I just don't think they're going to be good. I mean, they're 0-5 right now, right? 0-5.
I think they're 0-5.
They're losing to the Angels right now. The Shohei Ohtani-less Angels.
Well, hey, let's talk about the Angels for a second.
Let's talk about how my Mike Trout prediction could become a thing.
It's possible.
If he's just raking and the Angels are 10-50?
Mike Trout hit a monster home run center field over the whatever that thing is out there. What is it, like a snack shack or something? I don't know what it is.
They need to just bring that sculpture back.
Yeah, that's terrible.
What was it called again? I don't remember. It was called something stupid.
Yeah.
I just remember Stanton destroying that thing.
But I could, yeah, that was impressive. That was impressive. But Mike Trout needs to go to a good team.
I think he will. I think if he's hitting at Mike Trout level, if he can stay healthy and he's hitting, I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna ask out. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's just no way. I don't care if you want to be known as a loyal player. If your team's not winning, I wouldn't want to play for them either. I don't think anyone's gonna. I don't even think Angels fans would blame him at that point.
Yeah, it's a shame. That guy needs, in my opinion, he needs a World Series.
You thinking Rojas for Trout, straight up?
Yeah, one amazing hitter for another.
Hey, I mean, we got Brandon Marsh for Ohapi. He's a good catcher. Just injured, can't stay healthy.
All right, you want to talk about the Mets?
Yeah, the Mets. I have. They could surprise people. I think they could shock people.
Yes.
I think they have a underrated rotation. They got Manaea, Severino. I don't remember anybody else right now. It's not in my head, but
they didn't sign anybody real good.
No, but they have a fine offense too.
Yeah.
They got Alonso, McNeil, Alvarez, their catcher. I think they could surprise people, but I wouldn't be shocked if they win less than 75 games.
And this is Alonso's last season
Contract,
before free agency.
Yeah.
So he hit 46 home runs last year. However, he had career lows on on-base percentage and batting average.
The worst part is he's kind of a dork, too.
He is kind of a dork.
He's such a nerd, man.
He is a nerd. Yeah. I agree.
I wouldn't want him on my team. And we don't need him. We got Harper. We got power hitting Harper right now.
Do you think Starling Marte makes a comeback? Has a comeback year? Because he's struggled a bit.
I don't know. I feel like people have been saying that for years.
Yeah.
Let Starling Marte get healthy. Oh, Harper's running towards the railing right now.
Uh-oh.
He stopped.
He's not going to flip over.
He's slowed down. He's not playing that game.
And they got Lindor. You can't count him out.
Lindor. Can I say something about Lindor? I think Lindor is one of the most underrated players in baseball. Did you put that?
Underrated, yes.
We have the same opinion. I
agree.
I wasn't reading. I swear I wasn't reading. I think he's underrated. I think defensively he's amazing. Offensively he's fantastic. Well, he's okay, but you don't get that out of shortstops.
Yeah.
You might now, but not when he first started. I don't know. I like him.
I do too. I predict they'll have somewhere around 82 wins.
82 wins. I could
somewhere
see,
around there.
Yeah. I think their ceiling is like 84, and their basement, is that what I'm looking for? Their basement is like 70.
I think they'll be okay. I think they might go back and forth with the Phillies a little bit in the standings.
Just because that's the Phillies thing. Until March hits, then
it is March. No, it's April.
June. I meant until June hits.
I mean, it's April.
Once June hits, that's when the Phillies start to figure things out a little bit. I mean,
I agree.
It'd be nice if they could just get hot immediately.
Yeah.
Schwarber's been looking good.
Schwarber looks good.
He's got 1 home run, but he's got like 5 hits right now.
Yeah.
That's unlike him. Usually you'd have like 3 home runs, 8 strikeouts by now.
Yeah, his batting average is pretty high, I think. I don't know what it is right now, but it's pretty high.
And then for the Braves?
Yeah, I don't. Oh wow, I do have a lot. But look at all the Philly stuff that we talked about last week. So
I'm excited to hear about some of it.
Let's talk about the Braves.
The Braves, I put one thing for my notes.
What's that?
The same.
Yeah.
I am not expecting anything less from the Braves except for maybe less home runs, less career years, but that's about it.
So that was pretty crazy. They had 307 home runs last year.
A record?
And is that 501 slugging percentage? However,
they can't beat the Phillies.
When it came down to it, they could not beat the Phillies in the NLDS.
They just can't. They don't like the lights.
Yeah.
They're too bright. Spencer Strider said it best, man. Can I admit something? I like Strider. I really like Strider. He seems like a funny dude.
Yeah, he's alright, I guess. He's really good.
He's fantastic.
against the Phillies. However,
He acknowledges the crowd, though.
we kind of lit them up last year, so it wasn't in the postseason.
Marsh lit him up Saturday.
True.
Friday.
And they have, I think it's all but one player back from last year.
All but one. Who would that be?
I don't know.
Trying to think. I mean, they have their new center fielder. Is it center field? No, left fielder Kelnick, who destroyed us this weekend.
Yeah.
That was unexpected. A career 167 hitter.
Kelnick, yeah.
He destroyed us. I think he went 6 for 8 against us this
he was
weekend.
Good. He was really good. Jared Kelnick.
Kelnick. Did you write him down?
I did. Jared Kelnick.
Kelnick.
And of course, you have the reigning NL MVP.
Acuna.
Fantastic,
man. Great player.
And again, I think, like I said last time, even if he doesn't have the season he had last year, he's still going to be better than
It's going to be
everyone.
pretty difficult to do 40-70 again.
Yeah.
40 home runs, 70 stolen bases.
And Strider, speaking of Strider, he was 4th in Cy Young.
I don't know. He had a 3.96 ERA, though.
Yeah.
People really liked his strikeouts. He had, 281?
Yeah.
Something like that? I don't know.
I think so. So my prediction, they win the NL East.
You think they're winning the NL East this year?
I do, and I think they'll have somewhere around 98, maybe 100, but at the upper 90s. I'm going to go with upper 90s.
I think the Phillies will at least give them a run for their money this year. Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We don't have, so yeah, that's changed a little bit, the pitching rotation, Phillies.
They got their new 5-starter right now, Turnbull.
Yeah.
5 innings, 1-run baseball right now. I think he's got 6 strikeouts right now.
Yeah.
Pinto's warming up in the bullpen right now.
What inning are we in? 5th?
5th. He's at 73 pitches.
Huh.
If he can get through the inning, he's in place for the win.
I'm going to say Phillies are going to end in the low 90s.
What level wild card did they get?
First
seed again?
Yeah. I think they may hit, I don't think they're going to hit 95, but they'll be close.
What's your opinion on the wild card banner they put up? They put up a banner for clinching the first seed in the wild card and winning it.
That's a little weird.
I don't mind it. I mean, here's what I think. They made it to the playoffs. That's something to celebrate.
Those are the rules. They made it to the playoffs.
Especially to one of the longest tenured franchises in baseball, being they are the losingest franchise in all of baseball. Did you know that?
No.
Most losses in MLB history goes to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yes.
So
I love it. We have a record.
I think it's something. It's something you can put up. I don't mind it.
No, it's good.
It's
it
powder
got
blue.
it got them in, right? It got them into the playoffs.
Exactly.
So, I think that's good. I think they'll be low 90s. I think they'll go all the way this year. I've already said it, and I think they're going to play Baltimore. I still think that.
Who's the World Series MVP? That's got to be.
I feel like it's going to be Harper, but
it has to be Harper.
I think he's going to step up.
It has to be Harper. I would, if they won the World Series and it wasn't Harper, I feel like somehow I'd be just a tiny bit disappointed.
If they go to the World Series, he is going to step it up, I think.
If it wasn't,
and he's going to deserve it.
If it wasn't one of Harper, Nola, Wheeler, or Turner, I would be disappointed.
Yeah, I guess it could be like a Wheeler. I mean, because back in 2008, Cole Hamels was the MVP. So, yeah.
Man, 7 strikeouts now for Turnbull.
Nice.
Through 5. All right, what do you want to get on next now?
I don't know. What do you think?
You want to do we have a new bit. Not bit. This is not the Good Times cast. I keep talking about stuff like it's the Good Times cast. We have a new segment we're going to start doing. Maybe not start doing, but
we're introducing right now. Whether we do it again or not, I'm not sure, but this will be good.
I asked a question. If you could pick one former Philly to be on the team right now, who and why? I had a pitcher and a hitter on this. I don't know about you.
I just have a single player. I feel like mine's should be obvious, but who knows? Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
Who do you think it is?
Is it Mike Schmidt?
It's Mike Schmidt.
It's Mike Schmidt. It has to be Mike Schmidt.
Let me give you As a third baseman, he's considered the all-time best third baseman in baseball.
Defensively and offensively. You don't get that a lot.
He is better than the current one, so if I wanted to bring him back, he's better defensively and offensively.
Love Alec Boehm, but
I love him.
I would trade him for a penny if it meant Mike Schmidt could come back.
In his prime, Schmidt was a 12-time All-Star, 3-time MVP, 548 career home runs, 1,595 career RBIs. He led the NL in home runs 8 times, RBIs 4 times, 10-time Gold Glove winner, Hall of Famer. Played his entire 18-season career with the Phillies.
18 seasons, man.
And I saw him play the first time I went to a Phillies game. I think I was 7 years old.
7 years old.
It was early 80s. It was very early 80s. He hit a grand slam, and I will never forget that, at the Vet Stadium.
How about Boehm defensively, man? Wow.
So that is my pick.
Sorry, Boehm.
I feel like it was a little obvious.
Boehm just made an unreal play defensively. The arm on Boehm is it's underrated.
He's definitely, speaking of third baseman, he's definitely improved as a third baseman.
He heard you talking.
Yeah.
He heard what you said. So I did for pitcher.
Okay.
For pitcher, I put Steve Carlton.
Oh, I like it.
Imagine, you could put Roy Halladay, but imagine Steve Carlton in this rotation. I mean, I've never seen him play, obviously. I'm 21, but I've seen stats. I'm not stupid. Imagine a rotation of Carlton, Wheeler, Nola, Suarez.
That would be awesome.
You can't
here's
stop
the thing.
that.
People always say, "Oh, well, that was they played differently then or whatever." But I feel like players like that, like Carlton and Schmidt, like it doesn't matter. They would step up to.
They were elite for a reason.
Yeah, they were elite, and they would be elite now too because they had that natural talent. Plus, they would be working to be the best still.
And they just had a different type of stamina too.
Yeah.
The pitcher.
Oh my goodness, the pitchers.
Carlton would be. He would be a bullpen saver, definitely.
Yeah. Over 100 pitches. Yeah.
For hitter, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I think we're complete as a team. I thought about just giving us a good bench player, but I thought about Shane Victorino.
Oh.
I think he was
that's a good
fantastic defensively. I don't know how many Gold Gloves he had. I mean, that can be. I'll research that. But he was a Gold Glove winner. He was an All-Star, and he had an average offensive bat.
Yeah.
He was average. That's all we needed. He had
wasn't
those
a standout, but he was good enough.
And he was a team leader.
That I think is key, and I think that's key for a team.
Like imagine him with anybody in that dugout. I feel like they all get along.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. People don't realize how big that is for a team to have a guy like that who can rally everybody as a team together and work together. I think that I like that one.
And he was a switch hitter.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like you don't see a lot of switch hitters anymore.
No,
I don't know.
Am I
crazy? I don't think we have any switch hitters. I don't think we have any switch hitters now that I'm thinking about it.
I don't think so.
That's crazy. How do we not have a switch? Harper's gonna get himself hurt. Look what he did. He slipped on the bag. He's gonna get himself hurt. I think he's trying to get himself hurt right now.
Oh, please don't get yourself hurt.
But yeah, I feel like Shane Victorino is one of the most underrated answers you could put.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what else I love about him is he's still a Phillies fan. He may like some of the other teams he's played for, but I'll see him comment a lot on social media on Phillies posts.
He won a World Series with Boston.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Is he the only 08 player who's a 2-time World Series winner?
I don't know.
I think he might be.
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's some random bench bat or bullpen.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a bullpen pitcher.
Was Moyer a World Series winner?
I don't know. I like Jamie Moyer.
Jamie Moyer was great. I wouldn't put him in our rotation today.
No, not at all.
I can't imagine him against some of the best hitters in baseball now.
No. He was, 50... He retired in his 50s.
51 when he retired, I think.
And he was in the World Series. He was, I guess, late 40s, right? I can't remember.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
He retired in 2012 when he was 51, so he was 47 with us.
He's my age.
47-year-old Jamie Moyer.
Young man.
All right. So for the last, I'm not looking. Don't worry. For the last segment, we have a new one. Top 5 Phillies moments or Philadelphia sports moments. I did Phillies.
I did Philly sports.
And that's fine. I'll probably do sports at some point. I did Phillies just because it was easier, and I feel like, I don't know. I've grown up watching the Phillies.
Sure.
I've only just recently started getting into the Eagles, Sixers, maybe Flyers one day.
We'll still have to have Michael call in.
I know.
So one thing I'll say about this was tough because you have some big, the obvious big moments.
I tried not to put the
but
big
then there
moments.
were smaller moments that were really awesome too.
That's what I tried to do, like moments that people kind of tend to forget about.
I kind of did a mix.
That's fine.
And there are so many that we could probably do this segment.
We can do this a million times.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to start with the best and just go back and forth?
Yeah.
All right. You want to go first?
It's going to be super obvious. The 2018 Eagles Super Bowl 52 win.
You have to put that.
But you know what? I'd give a slash because I wanted to fit it in. Was the Philly special during that? Do you have that?
No, I don't. But I will never forget that.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the most shocking things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. That was awesome. That came out and we beat the Patriots. That was awesome.
The big bad Patriots.
Yeah.
But I only put Phillies things, but we can change it.
Yep.
For the first one, I put Hoskins' rookie year.
Oh, yeah.
I think
a good one.
That was the first, because I grew up basically right when the Phillies started their downfall. I started really getting into it in 2000.
We woke you up for the the last game of the 2008 World Series so you could watch them win it.
I'm pretty sure I watched every game in 2011. I know that. Yeah. And then I've watched every game since then, so I've basically just been watching them get worse and worse and worse and worse. I chose the right time to be a Philadelphia sports fan.
Well, yeah, you gotta.
But yeah, Hoskins,
you gotta go through it.
I feel like that was the first sign where I was like, wow, it might actually be fun to watch the Phillies again, not just something I put on the back burner while I'm doing homework or something.
Right.
I actually want to watch this team now.
Watching him hit all those home runs just nonstop. It was like,
fun.
another. Yeah.
It just gave you the first sense of we're back.
Yeah,
it's coming back. We're almost there.
That was really cool.
And you could argue that's kind of what got Harper here.
Yeah.
Was, the Phillies were like, okay, maybe we do have a future.
Yeah.
Let's get Harper.
Yeah, unfortunately he's not with us anymore, but
rest in peace. But he's still a Met killer. He's still a Philly. He's still a Philly at heart.
Love to see it.
Oh man.
Even with Milwaukee. Yeah.
He's still a Philly at heart, and that's why I am now a Brewers fan.
So my next one is another super, super obvious one. 2008 Phillies World Series win. Because that was just awesome. I mean, it kind of came, it had a lot of down years, and that team was just fantastic. I mean, Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, the team was cool, and you got to actually see I don't know. I woke up for the last inning when I knew they were going to win. Inning. I was like, oh, they're going to win this.
I mean, the best part was, I didn't know this until a couple years ago. The Game 5 got delayed.
Yes.
Or it postponed to the next day,
right? They played the rest of it the next day.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I thought the game was played all the way through.
No, that was cool.
But I love that the crowd was still sold out.
Yeah.
Completely full.
You had the box set of DVDs for the 2008 World Series?
They're in my closet.
Used to watch that all the time.
Still, I have that, and I have the World Series yearbook.
That's right. All right, who do you got next?
I have the Harper walk-off grand slam against the Cubs.
Yes.
That was, I know I said it before, but that was my official, this team's got a future moment, and it was Bryce Harper's huge introduction into Philadelphia. I mean, I know it was in August, but I feel like that was the moment every Philly fan kind of dreamed of. I mean, not counting the NLCS home run.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was I feel like that's what everybody envisioned. Harper and the Powder Blues hitting a walk-off grand slam. I feel like that's just what every Philly fan dreamed of when they signed Bryce Harper. And it was just such a crazy moment. I'll never forget it. I screamed at the top of my lungs when it happened. Because you don't win that game.
Yeah.
The Phillies, today, the Phillies today don't win that game. It was just a good moment. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now.
Yes, it was awesome. My next one is the 2010 Roy Halladay postseason no-hitter.
That was awesome.
That was
I
pretty
remember
cool.
that one.
Yeah. Halladay was a workhorse. And
especially in the playoffs.
Awesome to watch. And, I mean, obviously, your defense has a lot to do with that. And they always, they stepped it up for him. But, yeah, that was a cool game.
I think I watched all of that game.
No.
Unless you sent me to bed.
I
was
2010?
8 years old. You might have sent me to bed.
It's possible.
Looks like Turnbull's done for the night. 5 innings of 1-run ball with 8 strikeouts. That'll play for your 5 starter.
No, that's good.
That's great, especially for a guy.
Yeah, better than Nola.
In the. That's your number 2 starter, Spencer Turnbull. But he was a top prospect in the Tigers organization, and he got Tommy John surgery. And he's kind of just a project player with the Phillies now.
Oh, maybe he'll be.
He did fine.
Yeah, maybe steady.
He had a great spring training.
All right, what else you got?
I got. This one's one of my favorite ones. As a kid, I will never forget waking up and seeing that this happened. The John Mayberry walk-off grand slam against the Marlins.
Yeah, yeah.
He had 2 home runs in that game. One was a game-tying home run in the 10th inning, and then one was a walk-off grand slam in the 11th.
Yeah.
And it was... I still watch it now. It's just one of my favorite home runs, one of my favorite calls.
I remember that they were trying. The Phillies were trying a lot of things, and John Mayberry was one of them.
He was not something they should have tried, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but that was a good moment.
Harper just made a diving play.
Definitely a good moment.
Harper could win a Gold Glove.
He might.
He just made a diving
play.
play.
How crazy is that? Second season playing first base, and he could win a Gold Glove.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's such a Bryce Harper thing to just do for no reason.
Like I was saying on Saturday, I feel like Bryce Harper, they could tell him you're playing any position. They could be like, hey, you're going to be our catcher from now on.
We're going to need you to pitch a couple innings.
Yeah, and he would go at it with the same attitude. He's going to be the greatest, pitcher, catcher, whatever.
He tears UCL pitching, throwing like 97 because he tries to throw a knuckleball for no reason.
I love that about him, though.
I could see him doing that, just randomly trying to throw a knuckle or curveball or something stupid.
So my next one is actually an Eagles one. I don't know if you remember seeing this. 2010 as well. The 88-yard pass from Michael Vick to
I've seen
Deshaun
replays of
Jackson was just awesome.
And
it was a thing of beauty. He just, perfect throw.
I didn't understand a lot about football then, but I do remember Vic being one of my favorite people to watch.
Amazing
especially Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Even in his small half year with the Eagles in 2019, I want to say.
I think so. Yeah, when he came back, and
he was still fine.
Yeah, they tore that team apart though, which kind of stinks. But
Wentz was gone after that. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I think Vic always. I know there's always a black cloud hanging over him, but he should always be in the conversation for greatest Phillies quarterbacks, in my opinion.
Yeah. Greatest Falcons quarterbacks too.
Yeah.
I was gonna put for the Eagles. I was thinking about putting the Deshaun Jackson punt return against the Giants.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson's just another level.
That was one of my
Great
favorite
player.
calls. One of my favorite Joe Buck calls of all time. It was on Christmas Day, wasn't it? I
I
think.
don't remember. Yeah, it might have been.
All right, for my next one, I did Cole Hamels no-hitter in his final Phillies game.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I remember that. It was one of the most scripted baseball moments of all time. Cole Hamels last, and then they traded him for nobody who's on the Phillies anymore. Nick Williams. Do you remember Nick Williams?
No.
He was a part of their trade. I don't remember anybody else who was a part of it. Matt Harrison, who never even played for us. Jorge Alfaro was a part of that trade. I forgot about that.
So was he, at that point, what year was that?
2015.
Was he the last remaining 2008?
No.
No, who was
Howard
still...
was.
Oh, Howard.
Howard retired in 2016.
That's right.
I think it went, Rollins went first.
Yep.
Hamels, Utley, Ruiz, Howard. I think of the big 5.
Yeah.
Well, Victorino left in 2012.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that. He got traded to the Dodgers, and then he signed with the Red Sox and won a World Series in 2013. Yeah. Something like that. Something like that.
Interesting.
Something along those lines. But yeah, I remember Odubel Herrera giving me a heart attack after that on that last play where he misplayed the fly ball and dove and caught it, and he got his no-hitter.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It was a good moment.
So I guess my final one is another big one, and I do remember this as a kid. 1983 Sixers won the NBA championship against the Lakers, 4-1. And I remember because it was, that was when Dr. J was playing. That's when Moses Malone was playing. I didn't watch a lot of basketball at that point. I didn't watch a lot of sports at that point. I was, how old was I?
How about that? Ricardo Pinto just struck out the side
Nice.
in his 2024 debut.
Was I 6? I was probably 6 years old. So I was more into playing with Transformers and G.I. Joes and Matchbox cars. But
I was kind of born to play that stuff too.
I totally remember how them winning it, just the excitement. That was awesome. So that's another big one. I did have
an honorable mention.
I'm going to leave it off.
You're leaving it off?
Completely leaving it off.
Why's that?
Because I wasn't even born yet. So
I guess that's fair. For my last one, I put Phillies opening day 2019 against the Braves. That was kind of your introduction to something we wouldn't see for 4 more years, was playoff baseball. It was kind of like the most playoff atmosphere I'd ever watched since 2011. I remember that was the Hoskins. He hit the grand slam, and the crowd just went insane. McCutchen hit a leadoff home run in that game. Franco, your best 9-hitter, 9-hole Barry Bonds is what they were calling him for a while.
Yeah.
Nola was amazing in that game. And then they didn't make the playoffs that year.
No,
but that was a good game. It was the year we signed Harper, so there was already high hopes, but it just didn't go the way we planned. Arrieta sucked that year.
Jake Arrieta.
Good old Jake Arrieta.
I had high hopes for him, man.
I did too. I really did.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It was kind of predictable, though.
Yeah.
You signed a 32-year-old to a 3-year, $60 million contract, something like that. $80 million, I don't know.
Sign me. I would
probably do better than Jake Arrieta.
I don't know. I'd probably get injured pretty quickly because I already am, and so hey.
Like I said, better than Jake Arrieta probably.
Yeah, sure I could at least hit 65 miles an hour on my fastball. I don't know.
Jamie Moyer. You could be the next Jamie Moyer.
I just got to learn pitches. All right.
You want to start with the worst?
Yeah, you want me to start or you want to start?
You can start.
All right. So this one will always forever live in my mind because I remember this. I remember the setting. I'm sitting in my living room on the couch watching the 1993 World Series. Everyone was into it because this team was this ragtag bunch of guys that shouldn't have made it to the World Series, but they did. And everyone was into it. The whole surrounding, Philadelphia and all the surrounding area was just anybody who didn't watch baseball was watching baseball. And they're playing the Blue Jays, and Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run off of Mitch Williams to end it, and the Phillies lost the World Series. That was a heartbreaker, and I don't blame Mitch Williams.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's a whole team thing.
Whole team.
Bryce Harper's up again. 3-homer game watch. Trivia? Can you tell me the last Phillies player to have a 3-home run game? I don't think you're going to get it. Yeah, last Phillies player to have a 3-homer game. I don't think you're going to get it. It was in 2021.
2021?
I think it was 2021. Yeah, 2021.
I don't know.
Brad Miller.
Brad Miller?
In Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's crazy.
All right, are you ready for my first worst moment? You know Harper's just going to be swinging for the fences right now.
Oh, yeah.
He
just hit 2 home runs.
That's just who Bryce Harper is. Yeah. I don't know if he's ever had a career 3-home run game.
Well, this is it.
Anyway, first worst moment, I have Howard's NLDS 2011 injury.
Oh, yes. That was tragic.
I remember watching that one and it being one of the most scarring moments as a Philadelphia fan and just as a human.
Yeah.
Watching one of your favorite players go down like that.
So bad.
And I felt like it kind of had been like building up.
Yeah.
You know, the team had just been falling apart, and then that was just the last thing they needed.
Yeah, that was bad.
And the stupid shift ruined it. It would have been a single. He wouldn't have beat it out, but such a shame. Such a nightmare of a thing.
He's just still second.
Trey Turner, it was a pass ball.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to like put obvious things on there. I tried to like get crazy.
Well, I'm pretty obvious, but
no, I'm not making fun.
I'll be different next time. But
next time,
did he get hit?
No, it was a pass ball.
Yeah. So my second one is the entire 2023 Eagles season.
I felt like
that is a worst. It's so Philly sports.
Nobody wanted to admit it, but I felt like it was never fun to watch. I don't know.
They were winning games, but it's like they were working really hard to win games.
Which isn't bad, but it's also not fun. And I feel like it's a lot on the players, like physically, having to fight that hard.
When you're, what were they?
10-1.
10-1, and then just completely fell apart.
Harper.
Season.
Oh, wow. Harper just got robbed.
That was a good catch.
Probably a double.
Yeah, that was a good catch.
Man.
Man. Nice. We made it to third.
Harper's had a hard contact in all three of his at-bats now.
Tagged up and went to third.
He's probably disappointed he missed that.
Yeah.
He looks like an alien right now with that cap on.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? It's cold.
It's cold. Yeah. I'm surprised they got this game in. Did you see the forecast for this game?
No.
Wasn't supposed to be this. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, Harper just got robbed. That's a shame. Probably would have been a triple if he didn't catch that. He's had some bad luck this year.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
One.
I don't blame him entirely.
That ball was put in a good spot. That was a good catch.
He has not had the timing this year, but he's had some hits to where you can't really blame him. Yeah. And he's pissed off right now.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like, you can't get mad at that. That's not his fault.
No.
He's probably mad because he's a batting average guy. He's admitted it. He hates having a low batting average. Anyway, for number 2, I put Game 4 of the 2022 World Series when they got no hit at Citizens Bank Park.
That's so embarrassing.
After Meek Mill runs out in the field seeing dreams and nightmares and they get no hit.
Oh, that was so bad.
And I felt like they just were never the same after that, too.
No.
Like, they could not get... I feel like that's such a momentum killer.
We're up 2-1 in Houston.
And you don't win in Houston.
No.
You don't win in Houston, man. And they hadn't lost at home. We were like, oh my goodness, here we go. And they won Game 3 at home. 5 home runs?
Yeah.
They beat the record for home runs in a World Series game, and then they just fell off a cliff.
It's funny you say that because I have the 2022 World Series versus the Astros up 2-1 and lost the rest of the games, including a no-hitter. That was one of mine as well. So, well, you have the no-hitter, but I had the whole... I put like a bunch of different things in one thing.
Everyone always talks about how bad Verlander is in the playoffs. It's such a Phillies thing.
Yeah.
For us to just get lit up by one of the worst postseason pitchers, not named Clayton Kershaw. 2 of the best pitchers of all time can't pitch in the playoffs. Yeah. I don't know what... Kershaw in 2022. That was a fluke season anyway. 2020, that doesn't count. It was COVID year. The Mickey Mouse ring.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Did you just go?
Yeah, because it was kind of the same. But I had the whole thing. But I mentioned the no-hitter as well.
Number 3. This one's kind of a weird...
I thought this was number 4.
This is number 3 for me.
Yeah, you're right.
This one's kind of weird for me, but it's probably one of my least favorite moments as a Phillies fan, just in general. I think it was 2019. Jason Hayward's walk-off grand slam off Adam Morgan. One of my least favorite, most nightmarish moments ever. It was awful. I think we were up 3-2. 3-2, I think. And it was 3-2, 2 outs. Hayward was up. Adam Morgan, who's a lefty. And I was like, okay, we're fine. And then he just throws a meatball right down the middle. And the Chicago crowd's amazing, though. It was cool, but it's still one of my least favorite moments. And I hate Jason Hayward just because he was on the Braves for so long.
He was, yeah.
Anyway, your turn.
Mine is going to be a little random, but I remember the Sixers were actually good, and had high hopes for them to go far, and in 2021, and they were out in the second round of the playoffs.
Every year, I feel like every year they've gone out in the second round.
Yeah. So that was kind of a sad moment in Philly sports.
It was the year they had Butler, Embiid, Tobias Harris in his prime, Simmons when he wasn't insane.
He was insane.
Who else did they have? Am I forgetting somebody?
I think you.
J.J. Redick, the three-point master.
No.
Yeah, no. 76ers, I'm kind of choosing not to watch them more than anything at this point.
We'll see what happens, and then...
I mean, if Embiid comes back tonight and just absolutely gives me hope again, maybe I'll start watching him.
Yeah.
Who knows? Number 4, I have one of my least favorite moments as a Phillies fan, Roy Halladay dying.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
I will never forget seeing that notification. I was like, what? That's not true. And it was awful. Pass ball, Bryson Stott just got the second.
Yeah, that's...
Stott's going to third.
That was really... that was awful to hear about.
That was terrible. One of my favorite pitchers in Phillies history.
They had that great rotation when he was on there.
R2C2.
Yeah. Him, Lee, Hamels, and
Roy Oswalt. And Joe Blanton.
Joe Blanton.
Good old Joe Blanton.
Yeah. Joe Blanton's got a ring.
He does. He does got a ring.
So
is this your last one?
My last one is a big one too, but it's very disappointing. When the Eagles lost to Kansas City in the Super Bowl, I really thought they had that, especially when why am I blanking on
who? Patrick Mahomes?
Especially when Mahomes goes down, and I thought he was done for the...
he was like screaming in pain.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they injected something into that leg.
Yeah, he comes back and is just lights out, and we lost that game.
I mean, to be fair, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles just lost that game.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Anybody says.
Yeah, horrible.
And I was already sensitive because the Phillies had lost the World Series 2 months prior to that.
Yeah.
So
it was a bad year last year.
The Union lost in the championship too. Sixers lost in the second round again, like months later. Flyers sucked.
So yeah.
Number 5, I have probably the worst moment of my entire life. Not just as a Philadelphia sports fan, just the worst moment of my life. Hunter Pence got traded in 2012. He is the reason this podcast is called the Let's Go Eat Pod. He was my favorite player.
Maybe you should explain that for people who don't know.
Well, one time Hunter Pence in a post-game interview, I don't even know what happened in that game.
I don't remember.
I was probably asleep. He said, "Good game, let's go eat." And it kind of stuck with me. I had a bracelet that said it.
Mm-hmm.
He was the reason I had the high socks for so long when I played.
Yeah.
He was the reason I swung at baseballs over my head 99% of the time.
I liked watching him. I liked when we got him. He was a good player.
When we got him, he was supposed to be the next big thing. He was supposed to lead us to the next dynasty.
Yeah.
And then we traded him for...
I don't know. Who did we trade him for?
We traded him to San Francisco for Tommy Joseph, who played with us for a season and a half until Hoskins took his spot.
Mm-hmm.
And Nate Shearholtz, who played with us for half a season and hit 1 home run. And Pence went on to win the World Series that year with the Giants.
So he did.
It was a good time mentally for me, losing one of my favorite childhood players.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, I think next time I will think of some more. I've tried to do some specific things and then some bigger things.
I'll try to expand my sports.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, we're gonna have to really look into this one. 'Cause there's some bad moments.
There's some pretty bad moments.
But when they're good, they're really good.
Oh,
and that's the thing. And all the players and all the teams know it. If you're doing good and you're making big plays, you're doing big things, you have the greatest fan base in the world.
Yeah.
However, on the other hand,
when you're bad, they're going to tell you.
When you're bad, they're going to let you know.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Phillies fans, Phillies players say it all the time. Eagles. Jason Kelsey said that in his retirement thing.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Jason Kelsey and Fletcher Cox threw out the first pitch there.
Did you see who's going to be on the what is it called? New Heights podcast tomorrow? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to that. I'm a bit of an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan.
Well,
yeah, I'll have to listen.
You want to end it here?
Sure.
We'll be back in a little bit. Hopefully, maybe doing an end of the week preview. End of the week review of the Philadelphia Phillies. Maybe the Eagles will make some more moves. Everyone say goodbye to Hassan Reddick. Awful trade. Awful trade.
Bad move.
The third-round pick that could turn into a second-round pick in 2026 or something like that.
I don't understand that one.
That's stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we extended Reed Blankenship for no reason.
Awesome. Yeah. Quality.
Yeah.
All right.
You gonna do the exit?
Well, thank you for listening to the Let's Go Eat podcast. What else do I say? Join
us at some point.
Yeah. I told you this isn't my. I don't know.
You got this. Intro. Outro. Give us the outro. That's gonna be the outro for the rest of our lives. It can't be Stay Classy, Philadelphia.
No. You know what? Let's Go Eat is the coldest drink in town.